Merry Christmas, everyone. Sorry I am late. I kind of lost track of time. I was looking at some new computers and some new audio interfaces, specifically the Focusrite interface. But yeah, finally we are live. Hopefully that gave some people enough time to submit some beats, and also for our people competing in the preliminary battle to submit their beats as well in time. So hopefully that was an advantage for you guys. Right now I'm just logging on to my chat so that I can read what everyone is saying. And I'm thinking, and by the way, I know on Monday I said that I would be streaming on Friday, but that actually is not the case. Today will actually be our last day before I head out of town, and then I will be back on January 6th. However, I still have tutorials that will be coming out while I'm gone. I actually took 2 days to record 2 weeks of tutorials and edit all of them as well. So you guys will still have plenty of content that will be coming out in the meantime while I'm away. So hopefully that will keep you guys occupied for the time being. But yeah, let me go ahead and log into this chat. I'm actually having trouble logging in on my iPad for whatever reason. Let's see. I've logged in on my computer, but my iPad's not working. Let me try this. Bookmarks. Restream chat. There we go. All logged in. And let me hop on YouTube on my phone. And there we go. And it looks like we probably won't have too many people watching today because it is Christmas, so I totally understand. But I still will go through these beat battles and the few critiques that we have. I think that what I'll do is not have any beat battles the day that I come back. So today's critiques will just be critiques in general. They won't be for preliminary round, I almost said round 3, preliminary round 8. So this is preliminary round 7 right now, and it looks like we had Tay Beats, Raphael, Nemo, and Nemo. And our wild cards were Metamoon Beats and Develop Terran. Looks like we have well, he's changed his name to Meta Beats now. So Meta Beats and Nemo. So we're missing Nemo and the other Nemo. And Raphael and Tay Beats. And it looks like Raphael left a message saying that he wouldn't be able to battle today because of the holidays. So yeah, I'm not expecting too many people to watch the stream today. So it'll be a pretty quick stream. Let's go ahead and start the battle. It'll just be between Meta Beats and Nemo. I'm thinking maybe I should just cancel the battle altogether, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and play this. What I should have done is schedule a live cook-up session. I'd say this is one of the better beats that I've heard from Metamoon, or Moon Meta Beats. end sounds pretty solid. Sounds like the bass is kind of muffling the kick there though. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's kind of phasing in and out. Processing is dope. Nice little switch up on the arrangement with the dropouts here. I like the sound selection as well. Looks like we have a few more people hopping in on the live. Sorry I'm late today. But I'm sure everyone in general had a pretty busy day today anyway, so maybe it's better that I started the stream a little late. He actually turned this in on Monday, right after the stream. Cool. Yeah, I like the composition. The mixing was fine. Processing was cool. I just wish that there was a little more separation between the bass and the kick, but now we have Nemo. This is only a minute and 13 seconds long. That snare is way too loud. Yeah, I can't really hear the kick. Like all the balancing's just really off. Those hi-hats are kind of piercing too. I love it when a bitch nigga trying me. Tay, you still have time to post. We haven't voted yet, so I'm on the second beat, which is technically the last beat. But yeah, if you want to post, you can go ahead. Yeah, otherwise, I definitely have the winner picked out. Up to you. Let me know if you're going to post or not, and then we could just move on from there. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a look at these other sections. It looks like we have some posts here. Let me delete this. General. Yeah, again, I'm sorry that I'm late. Self-promo. Collabs. Tips and tricks. Okay, we have one more track from Tay Beats. Cool reverse effects on the intro. Just waiting for this kick to come in. There it is. wow, those the guitar is really nice. What's up, Barack? This is going to be a really short stream overall. I was about a half hour late. Merry Christmas, DJ Vivaldi, and Happy New Year as well. I won't see you guys for New Year's. Like I was saying at the very beginning of the stream, I'm actually leaving Friday, so I won't be streaming on Friday, but we'll get right back into it when I get back on the 6th. Also, today's beat critiques won't be for getting into the preliminary. We'll save that and start that over on Monday. Yeah, the melodies on here are real dope. Looks like he just posted this today on Christmas. Ask away, Brock. So I'm going to let the chat vote. I know a lot of the chat wasn't here for the first beat. It's between Tay Beats and Meta Beats. Unfortunately, Nemo's beat was just not well mixed, so that one's getting knocked out. But I'm going to go ahead and play Meta Beats again so that you guys can hear it. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll play enough of it. Whether you're watching live or watching the replay, definitely help out the stream by dropping a thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to all of you. Again, I won't be here for the next week and a half or so. I'll be back January 6th on Monday. What's up, Witty Beats? Barack, you kind of made a statement. You didn't really ask a question, so I'm not sure what your question is. And once again, here's Tay Beats. So Let's get a 1 for meta beats and a 2 for Tay beats from the chat. But yeah, Barack, I'm not sure what your question is. Oh, that's pretty easy. Barack is basically saying he does the same arrangement every time and he needs to improve his arrangement skills, but he doesn't know where to start. Start with everything that you just said. So you already know what you keep doing, so stop doing that. That's really it. If you're tired of using the same arrangement, then just change your arrangement. It's literally that easy. All right, let's get a 1 for Moon Meta Beats or Meta Beats, and then a 2 for Tay Beats in the chat. And let's take a look at these beat critiques. Yeah, we won't have too many to go through. All right, it looks like we're not going to get too many votes, so I'm actually going to give it to Meta Beats on that one. And let's go ahead and take a listen to these critiques. First we have Mookie. What's up, David Treasure? Donuts, this might be my favorite beat from you. I like the sound selection, I like the melodies, and the mixing is still improving as well. It sounds like you got your drum patterns figured out. And leveling sounds good. Yeah, that was probably your best beat so far. Definitely improving every week. Or literally every other day, since you submit a beat almost every other day, so. I guess I've listened to this before. Yeah. I've already listened to this. Yeah, I noticed that, David Treasure. I actually did listen to it afterwards, because I scrolled back up and I realized I skipped you, so it's in there. No, this isn't the beat battle. Meta Beats won the beat battle. It was close, though. I just felt like Meta Beats had the better track overall, but it was really close. I liked, it was between Meta Beats and Tay Beats. I liked the melodies that Tay Beats had on his guitar, but that was like the best part of the beat. Meanwhile, Meta Moon's beat was just better overall in most of the areas. He just needed to have his kick a little bit louder, but it wasn't bad enough for him to lose the battle. What's up, Samson? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everyone watching. Yeah, dope track, dope track. I definitely listened to this before, though. I'm not sure when. In terms of feedback, and I don't really know what to say. Maybe that lead synth was a little harsh. So maybe look at EQing out some of those harsh frequencies a little bit, but I get that the beat's supposed to be kind of grimy. Dude, we were definitely missing Nemo. We had one Nemo submit, and he lost the beat battle. Yeah, you did it again. Your melodies are out of key. Your melodies are out of key. I kind of showed you, definitely rewatch that last stream where I showed you how to keep everything in key using the FL Studio piano roll. Yeah, there's really no way that I can explain, like if you can't hear when something's out of key, there's nothing that I could tell you besides what I showed you with using the scale highlighter and the piano roll. Besides that, yeah, there's nothing that I can say that's going to all of a sudden make you hear when something's out of key. I used to think for the most part anyone could hear that, but I've seen some examples where some people can't really hear that something sounds quote-unquote wrong. But yeah, that pad in the background that you have playing is not in the same scale as the rest of your instruments. Yeah, your keys, your chords, and your bells, the bell melody is in the same scale, but then you have that pad in the background that's not. It's just playing a totally different key. All I can really say is try to critically listen to your music in terms of whether or not it sounds good. Gotta listen a little harder. I just downloaded a bunch of songs from my road trip coming up on Friday, and yeah, there's a lot of vapor trap, vaporwave in it. I like the amount of sub that you have going on with it sounds like you layered two basses together and it works. Yeah, really good job on the processing. Definitely that vapor vibe. You nailed it on that.
Witty beats go crazy.
I like the melody, but it sounds like you need to EQ some of those low frequencies out a little bit to clean it up. Yeah, it sounds like all the sounds need to be EQ'd a little bit so that they all have their own pocket. But yeah, you said that it's a rough mix. Sounds like the snare is panned to the left a little bit. Yeah, that needs to be right down the middle. Sound selection's dope. Just turn down the melodies a little bit so that those drums breathe. That'll let the drums hit harder. Yeah, Fruity Love Filter was my favorite plugin in FL Studio until Destructor came about. I just wish they would add all of the Fruity Love Filter filters inside of Destructor and not just the Flex filters. So I'll probably still be using Fruity Love Filter for filtering. But yeah, I wish they would add those. Barack with guitar vibes. I'm not really feeling the sound selection for the guitars though. They all sound like fake guitars. And you could tell that the way that you played the composition, the MIDI for the guitars, it's not realistic. It sounds like you're playing piano basically, but you just switched out the piano sound with the guitar. That tends to add to the whole idea of like a fake sounding guitar. Yeah, a lot more people are using one-shots to make beats. I'll definitely have a one-shot one-shot kit in the near future. But yeah, I personally don't work with one-shots because they have their limitations. This actually sounds like a bunch of one-shots because you don't really hear dynamics, like different plucks. Like every pluck sounds identical to each other. Used Ample. Yeah, Ample guitar is actually kind of famous for sounding real in terms of how it's played even, because they have a keyboard mode and a standard mode. Make sure you're using standard mode. That'll help out a lot because it forces the sounds that play, the notes that play, to be in the correct order that you would play it on a guitar in terms of which string that you use. I'm talking about one-shot instruments, Sinji. Yeah, I use one-shot drums. But one-shot instruments is what Witty is talking about.
Witty beats you crazy.
Yeah, I can tell Barack. Barack said that he switched Ample guitar to keyboard mode. Yeah, you want to keep it on guitar standard mode so that it plays like a guitar. Yeah, it does take some getting used to because, yeah, certain notes won't play the way that you think that they would. But that's, again, that's applying it to a more realistic sounding guitar. I like to layer the free Ample guitar with DSK dynamic guitars. I don't have an example of a beat that I did that with, but yeah, that's something that I really like to do. Adds a lot more dynamics. Bass is a little too loud. I'm surprised I'm saying that, but it is. This sounds dope. I like the processing that you did on the instruments here. Definitely a nice vibe. I'm not a fan of IK Multimedia. Their samples tend to sound really fake to me. Specifically Sample Tank. But I know that there's people out there that love it. So they make some pretty good effects, like their T-Rex clipper. That's like a really famous clipper for trap kicks. Take care, Brock. Tay Beats with something a little different. Sinji asks, do I think producers will get replaced by AI soon? No. But in the future, AI will be able to make a beat from scratch for sure. But for the most part, producers will be working with AI, not against it. This has some dope vibes. It's nice to hear some diversity from Tay Beats here. I definitely wouldn't call it future bass, but it definitely has like an R&B EDM vibe. Oh, that guitar's real nice. It just needs to be cleaned up with some EQ. The overall track needs to be brightened up a little bit. Knight Rider says the soul won't be there without the human. Some would argue that, like in my comments today, someone was talking about how a lot of producers sound the same. And with that argument, you could argue that a lot of producers don't even have soul in their music right now. But yeah, I can't help it. I don't use loops. I use my own drum samples. I rarely use presets, and I don't sample beats, so everything that I do is pretty much from scratch. Just because I literally just enjoy making music, and I love sound design. Like, that's the fun part for me. Like, I don't even understand, like, the idea of dragging in a loop and then just laying drums over it. That just doesn't interest me. When I first started music, I wasn't even good at making drums. I was good at making melodies. So I actually had a friend that would make drums, and then I would just do the melodies over the drums. So really, the whole drum part is more of a secondary thing for me compared to making my own loops and sound design and engineering. Like, I'm really passionate about mixing, which is why you see the type of tutorials that you do on my channel. And that's why I don't really do type beat tutorials, because I don't really do anything to purposely make a type beat. So I'm not the guy that could teach you how to make a blah, blah, blah type beat. Like, and honestly, I've never really heard a type beat tutorial where I felt like, hey, that does sound like so-and-so, especially those tutorials where they say, how blah, blah, blah makes beats for blah, blah, blah. And you listen to it and it totally sounds like a generic version of that. And then what happens is people will watch those videos and then they'll make a generic version of the generic version. It's like a crazy loop that goes on when it comes to those type of tutorials. So a lot of my tutorials are more based on techniques. I mean, at the same time, type beat tutorials are focusing on specific techniques as well, but often it's not the exact technique that a specific producer is using. So like the techniques that I show are more just genre-specific techniques rather than producer-specific techniques or artist-specific techniques. I just show you guys how to make music in general, and then you guys can go from there and make your own sound. But I don't teach you how to do a specific sound. I more focus on just music in general, and then genres like trap or like I said, I am getting into future bass here soon. I'm actually working on a future bass project right now, so but yeah. But at the same time, I understand if there's people out there that really enjoy the whole just dragging a loop in and adding your drums. You guys probably just enjoy making drums more than I do. So it goes both ways. Yeah, for sure, Shinji. The first quote unquote album that I ever made was when I first started getting into music. Before I was using FL Studio, I used a program called Cakewalk Music Maker. And in there, what I did was I took 90s alternative music and I would chop that up and make songs off of that and recorded vocals over it. But yeah, that took a lot of time and a lot of patience to chop up the pieces and, you know, put them exactly where I wanted them to be and all that. Especially because I didn't know anything about like the proper tools for sampling. So I was going in there and manually like making slice marks on my computer. And yeah, I would get them wrong all the time. Almost 90% of the time I would get it wrong. So yeah, sampling is definitely a skill for sure. Take care, Tay Beats. Again, I'll see you guys on Monday, January 6th. That'll be the next time I'm back online. But I'll still have tutorials dropping. What is that background instrument? Is that an accordion? I'm not really feeling the sound selection or the drum. What's the word that I'm looking for? The drum rhythm. And it was really repetitive. Don't play the whole thing. This is much better than the last track. It's even mixed better as well. Going a little crazy with the 808 there. Maybe chill out on the 808 and then do something with the instruments instead right there. Yeah, I like your rhythm vibes. Yeah, that first one just didn't really make too much sense though. I think these two are much better. Maybe turn up the bass a little bit, for sure. The bass is a little low. Yep, and it looks like that's all the submissions. Definitely drop a thumbs up to support the live stream. I know this one was short, and on top of that, I started almost a half hour late, so we basically only streamed for 40 minutes, which, yeah, I figured today's stream would be short. I know everyone's still celebrating Christmas and spending time with their family. So, again, I'll be back Monday, January 6th. Until then, keep making music. I have more tutorials coming out. I pre-recorded all of them, and I already did the editing, and I've uploaded them, and I already have them scheduled to come out all throughout the next couple weeks while I'm gone. So definitely keep watching. Hopefully that will keep you guys satisfied until I return.